All right, the last step now is to actually put our model of the stall house and get it into the site plan. If we look at the site, this is actually a perfect building for this type of an example. What we're going to do is we're going to create a little platform for the stall house, and we're going to kind of sit it up on what we call a stamp. If you look at the site, you can see that there is basically an elevated kind of retaining wall that was used to help level the site so that the stall house could be placed in a location that allowed it to almost feel like it's hanging out over the landscape. The neat thing about SketchUp is it allows us to literally take advantage of that. So what we're going to do is we are going to pull the site plan in. We're going to go to File, and we'll go to Import. And we want to do our stall enclosure. And I'm going to go ahead and pull that in. And I'm going to select, mine is called Stall Enclosure Complete right now. You'll have yours located somewhere. We're going to hit Import. And I'm going to just pull it in. And right now, we don't know where it goes. So I'm going to pull the entire file in and just land it somewhere. We know it's sort of at the top of the hill. And I don't know exactly where. I think from here, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to just move it up a little bit so we have a clearer look at it. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to turn on my location snapshot. I still have some information in the model that can kind of help me figure out where it goes. Now, I need to move the location snapshot up so I can see where the house goes. Notice that the snapshot is red. That means I can't do anything with it. It's locked. If you go into our default tray under Entity Info, you should be able to unlock that. And now that it's blue, I should be able to move it straight up. And again, remember when you're moving like this that you want to make sure you're moving up. Notice my cursor says on the blue axis. If I hold down Shift, I can make that blue axis bright and lock it right in. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to move my site snapshot up so it's out of the way. And then I'm going to take a look at my top view. Now the neat thing is when I put my stall house in, it came in as a component. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it into place. And notice, as much as I harp on grabbing an object and moving it from a point to a point, in this case, we want to make sure it moves horizontally. So I'm going to just snap onto the face of the image, pretty much anywhere, over here, and click. And now I can move it, and it'll stay attached to that face of the image. And now I'm going to just try and do my best to line it up roughly with where it goes. And there we can start to see the entire stall house hovering basically above the site plan. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my location snapshot. I don't really need that anymore. The other thing that I want to do is I've got a change that I want to make to the building, which is kind of unique. So we're going to go through that process here in just a minute. So I'm going to stop this recording right now. We've imported our stall house using the site plan, the site snapshot into the site plan, and we're going to leave it right there. So I'm going to call this file, I'm going to just save it as stall site. Now, I have two versions of SketchUp open, so we're going to kind of jump back and forth for this next little portion of the video.